Hi, YouTubers, my lovely people who subscribe to me. I just want some opinions, really, because I consider myself a strict moral, sound judgment, and a bit of a biker, and I like to think we're kind of nice people. But I bought this bike off someone, and there's the bike in question. These are the chat messages. Check out my part 2 as well for what I actually did, because it's principle. It was only a £250 bike in the end. So this is your auction sites on an auction site, but on Marketplace on Facebook. So I just sort of went on there, found this bike. It had been on there for quite a while. So I'm like, oh, is it still there? So I'm sort of like, well, what are the issues? Blah, blah, blah. Are you about tomorrow? Yes, he says. Plymouth, blah, blah, blah. Here's my telephone number. He's in Plymouth, right? So I'd actually stayed at my girlfriend's, so I was just there up the road. So I thought that. So he said, well, great. So he said, come up with a truck, and she's yours, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't say yeah until you've seen it, do you? What's your address? 350 is yours. Is it going down? So I'm beginning to think, oh my God, it must be a real dog. So there you go. Whoever comes first. So that's all good. So I bumbled up, didn't I? So this is when he says, am I going to take it? Because it won't start. I said, well, that's okay. I've got a booster cap, because that's what happens, doesn't it? Especially stuff that's been standing. He can't get into it, so I've told him how to get the seat up. So this is it. So he gives me directions, so that's great. I had a Google. Here's his telephone number he gave me. So then he says it's signposted. Now he has blocked me from this, so that was it. Now I'd arrived and I found some faults, loads of faults. This one was the tap, all the seals gone, or it needed replacing, so I took a picture of it. There's the bike in his garden. There's me with Hal, so evidence I was actually there at some point. And that was it. And I said, nice meeting you. I bought the fuel tap already, and that was great. So we'd arranged that I couldn't pick it up for a couple of days because my van was in for an MOT, and he said, yeah, fine. And this is it. He said, leave it there, buddy. Message me, and he's locked the key away, and he'll message me. And I said, when he's back, I said, well, the 11th is the nearest I could get to you. This is quite an important one. No rush at all. It's not in the way, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. So he's telling me about a bike that he bought, and the engine seized, and the guy didn't give him his money back. Which, funnily enough, I did have a Discovery that did the same, so that's all I'm saying now. And I said, do you want me to take a look at it? And he says, no, it broke down at the fish place, because he's a fish person. And then I actually offered to drive it up in my van, because it's got a ramp. But he said his dad's got a recovery truck, which is all good. So I should be there on the 12th. So then he says, you'll have to wait till the 18th, because he's away, which is okay. But that's great, because all the parts have arrived, so I'm all ready to go. Blah, blah, blah. He did say he was going away. I don't remember him saying that, but I can't remember. It was hot, and I was quite excited about getting a new bike. So my van's all done. I had to wait till my van was done, which was only a couple of days later. And I did miss that van, I love my van. So yeah, so this is when he's got a crosser. And what did he want? So I was looking for something for him, Bandit 400, because they did do a little one. So I thought, okay. And then my retest was booked in. So that was obviously the 10th. And so here he says he's not around. So he hopes it all goes well with the transit. And I was quite nervous because, you can put it in for stuff and then take it away, repair it, and then come back and it still needs stuff. So yeah, but it should be okay. And it really was. So it's blah, blah, blah. Looking for some wax oil and paint. So this is when he says he's not back till the 19th. So yeah, so I had to wait then. That's another one that I bought. That just be nice, biker talk. So yeah, I mean, it turned out to be a lemon, really. So yeah, that was what come out the tank. So this is when he sort of says he's away and they have to fish. Now I love my fishing, so I'll totally behind him at that. And yeah, I can wait until he comes, or he says here he can transfer you the cash. So transfer means obviously a bank transfer, doesn't it? So that'll be on payday. And then he says he's really sorry. And then I said I can pick it up when you're back. So, and this is when he's like, okay, we'll let you know to the end of the month. Okay, so that was all cool. So I just kept going. I'll keep you updated. I'm not going to say I know. I drove all the way from Newquay, picked up a van, Zuki, so at least every part is here for the RF. It's the first time I've ever done a bike where I had everything ready. So he said he'd keep me doing. So then so there we go. So there you go. So we're talking about my van being done. So quite nice. All chatty. And then he's like, "Did you read the message properly, mate?" I said, "I'm staying away fishing." So that's okay, innit? I don't mind that. So fishing is good at the minute, okay? So there you go. And then he said, because he also offered that his brother would come and help me, okay? So no, Bud never did. Know what family are like. So he's slagging off his own family now. So yeah, so I just sort of went along with that because obviously at the minute I'm out of a bike and out of 250 notes and my time fixing it and everything else. So this is when he says it's on the same shoe. I'm not quite sure about that. So, so there you go. That's just saying because I was quite happy getting all the bits. So he's a fisherman. There you go. For so much shit, blah blah blah. Okay, need to make money, which is true. That's what our fishermen are really up against it at the minute. So I'm still pretty. So he says he can send you money. I said it's okay. I'll have it when I'm back because I've still got 40 odd quid, 50 quid's worth of bits, if not more. So yeah. So no worries. So he's quite happy. Then I found a YZF 125, but I thought that was a bit small for him, and he agreed because I was willing to help him out. So here we go. Fishing. I can't really read this because it's in a cradle. But you got to make all your money while you can. So it was another month. So I was like, oh, okay. What about your brother again? So he said he'd send the money back when he's back. Okay, so maybe we could sort something out, and he's really sorry. Which now I'm saying I've spent a lot on it. I've got a buyer. Blah blah blah. I can just roll up and grab it and then go. And this is when he starts getting a bit, oh, there's no way you can do that, it'll come across. So he's still quite apologetic, so I have no reason to believe he's going to be an arse about it, but check out the second video, he turns into an arse. Have to wait, leave it though, the download, so yeah. Obviously I'm not always here. Thanks for being so patient, so he's obviously understanding that he's taking the piss a little bit here. Bed's the same. All right, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I said, it's okay. If you want the bang back, blah, blah, blah. Are you still looking for a bike? So I'm still really quite normal. So, yeah. So, there you go. So, this just sort of goes on and on. Now they're in Brixham. And it was a hellish storm. Really bad. So, yeah. So he just goes on. He'll go out in anything. So, yeah. So then I just sent a picture of when I brought that one home, my Translap, which is a beast, and that's the husky I'm getting. So there you go. So this is when we talk about the husky for a bit because it's kind of like it's a Hirschberg thing. So right. So and that's the one that I won at the auction. So but I had to break it, which was really bad. So and that's the husky in the van. So this is when we're just talking about that. Late landing, okay. So this goes on. This is just talking about the bike that we have to break it. So a couple of weeks and then he's done. Good wage, because the weather had been good. Yes, good wage. Very hard though, So he's being paid. And then this was the one that I got for donor from a guy called Sam, who's absolutely, what a brilliant guy. Apart from forgetting the green bit of the logbook, but that's not a problem. I just paid 25 quid for it. What a great guy. Sam, he was called on Facebook. So he said he's back Monday. Okay, no worries. Then he says, I'm going to have to give you back your 250 quid. So that's £250. Send me your bank details and I'll get it done today. So I put why, and if you send me a number, I'll call you. Well, you've already got my number, so I send it again. There ain't gonna be a customer for it, bud, because you're gonna have to have your money back. Great, so that puts me in the shit with someone, which I don't like doing. So I've given him all my bank details, and sorry. So he said he's going to send it over across. So obviously I took it to mean a bank transfer. I don't know how else you could do it. I said, when's that? And what do you want to do logbook? So I've got to scrap it, and he gets paid next week. So I was a bit sort of, this is when alarm bells start ringing. So yeah, question. Yeah, it was a bit weird, that was. So then he says he gets paid next week. I think, is that? Yeah, it gets paid next week. So okay, what do you want me to do? It's up to me what I do with the logbook. So I was just going to post it back to DVLA with a covering letter. So a bit weird. So then I just say, when are you putting the money in the account? And then he says, as soon as I get my wages, mate. So he's obviously been paid. He's in Brixham, and that was really funny because I asked him where he was, because I was actually in Brixham. So this is when I start getting a bit annoyed, like, but still I don't think there's anything wrong with all that lot. So, and then he's put looking like a what? A time waster, because that's by this time, this is like 2 months later. So yeah, this is when I start getting, this is him obviously still. So now he's saying it's my fault and not his. So the fact that he told me I could store it there as long as I wanted then stopped me from getting it. So then I'm just like, well, give me money back. When you put my money back? And that's what I was saying to him, well, you said I could leave it there. And he says, it was a bit longer than a week, yeah, but that's because he wouldn't let me collect it. So now he starts, I said, oh. So that's okay. Now he said refund deposit, that's simple. So he says he's going to give me the money back, so that's it. So then he says he gets paid the end of the month. So sooner rather than later. So I leave it a bit. And then I said I'll give him 14 days. Yeah, what will happen then? So I don't know if he's trying to play the biggie in there. Yeah, and I'm a bit worried because I put feelers out with my mates for a smaller bike for him. So there you go. So you buy, makes purchases. He said you had a dead husband the other day, 14 days. People like him find him passing. So I'm trying to sweet talk in there a little bit. And I wouldn't mind buying his Herzberg if he's actually got one, because I got quite addicted to that little one. So that's the bike with my lad on. But they wanted like £74 for a gasket, so I made one. So I'm just trying to keep him sweet, because at the minute I've still got no bike and I'm 250 quid now. So not that great, is it? So that's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Why is it doing that? So, I think that's it. So that's it. Then he blocked me. So he blocked me from this one, and then you have to watch video 2. So I just want people to sort of comment and tell me, am I being an arsehole over this, or am I being all right?